If I was an astronaut, I'd be floating in midair, and a broken heart would just belong to someone else down there.
Well, Nathan mentions the rocket ship. So how has Murray here managed to crew the Eurovision in? Well, let me just enjoy a bit more of the great Sam Ryder, and then I'll explain everything to you.
If I was an astronaut, I'd have a bird's eye view. I'd circle around the world and keep on coming back to you.
And I'm not being an after-timer, right? I told everyone how well this was going to do. Anyway, the Eurovision, right? Unbelievable. And now welcome a guest who brings Lego and Eurovision together in the most, let me say, bizarre and breathtaking of ways. He's a Eurovision superfan. He's a Lego superfan. Alexandro Kröger, or Kröger, I'm going to say Kröger, but he can correct me, from Sweden joins us now. Hi, Alexandro.
Hello, good evening.
So nice to have you in the programme.
Good night, rather.
Good. Now, listen, it's all, who cares? Time's relative, eh?
Yeah.
Thank you for staying up for us. I think you just need to simply explain to us, how in the heck have we got you on? How have you connected Lego to Eurovision? Because it's flabbergasted, and even Nathan's going to be surprised.
Each year, I recreate the contest, the stage of the contest, using Lego bricks. And then, on this stage, I use stop motion, edit it all together, and put it on YouTube and social media. It's like a quick recap of the finals and semi-finals of the Eurovision. And millions of people watches this on social media.
They're amazing.
Was that a good explanation?
Alexandro, it was perfect. Nathan, you need to see this, because I'm every
looking at it
single
right
entrance.
Now. This is a thing online, as we young people say. And congratulations, by the way, for your great success in this year's event. I really loved Sam Ryder.
So good.
How fun was it to get points?
Well, listen, it's been a long time. But you see, not that this is Eurovision fan club, but I'll say this. Yeah. We knew beforehand, because he actually took the competition seriously. He went and visited countries. He showed it respect. It was a great song and a great singer. Most of the problems with Eurovision from a GB point of view has been our own doing. So, anyway, back to Lego, right?
Yes.
You need to love it, because it must, I don't know, Alexandro, how long it takes you to make these stop motion videos.
Forever.
How much time for each Eurovision do you spend doing these Lego stop motions and building?
Yeah, and I need to tell you that the process is starting already now, because, somewhere in November, December, I received from the actual organization, I received the original blueprints of the actual stage.
Oh, wow.
And then I use that and scale it down. This is a lot of mathematics, and I do for months and months and months. So the stage, that you see in my pictures and videos, it is the stage. And this year, I don't want to be mean towards the Italians. They did a lovely show, but the stage did not really work. It was supposed to spin but mine could spin like it was supposed to be. And it's huge. I'm not such a big guy, but this stage is bigger than me. Months of preparation.
Break down the 2021 stage to build the 2022, or do you keep them all?
Yes, I'm not that rich, so I have Lego is expensive. So you hear me? If someone wants to donate, I'm here. I live very, very, very far away, though. It's very cold. People call this the North Pole. But sticking on Legos and not, this is not a charity show for me. But it takes forever to do this. And it's a huge thing. And I have to tear down each of the stage. So I love details. I love as much to do the video stuff, to create small worlds where, you can disappear for 5 minutes, because I'm doing each of the interval acts, each of everything in under 10 minutes of the actual final.
I'm hearing the same thing as what Nathan said and what Matt said, which is Nathan, you were hearing the same thing here, Nathan, getting lost in it being a world of creativity that you go into. What, as someone who has created this amazing art, globally recognized art in Lego for anyone tuning in, and what Alexandro does, what would you want to chat with Alexandro about or ask him about?
Well, I was looking online at photos of your amazing works. I mean, these stages
Thank
are
you.
incredible. And
Thank you.
I have to ask, when did you get started doing this? Was it the first time you saw Eurovision? You were like, I'm gonna create that.
Yeah, I was 18 years ago when I was 11 years old, and I came from a very, very small village in Sweden. And you're like, isn't every village here small? But and I had a really hard time growing up. You know, I was like the only gay in the village. I've heard that,
Yeah.
and this was my way of, because I dreamt of working with Eurovision one day, and this was my way of doing it. Because it's rather expensive to visit a Eurovision competition, and it's quite hard as an 11-year-old, to get to work with the contest. But today it's very fun that it's opened doors for me to actually have worked with some of these events. It's amazing.
Yeah. And so again, and this is because I always try and sort of keep my research to a minimum so
Yes.
I can be the listener here,
Yeah,
and sort of pick up in the fan club the little things that everyone's saying. Sounds, Alexandro, that again, which we're going to go into in a second, we come to mental health and what Lego can bring, but also the same type of escapism that a good book brings you, which if you're growing up in a small place and you're struggling with being open about your identity, about your sexuality, whatever it is, that you escape into books. It sounds the same with Lego. You escaped into it.
Yes. And that is one thing in common with the Eurovision fan community as well. I mean, many people from the LGBTQ plus community is in both communities. The past year has been quite tough on me personally. But when you build something, when you create something like with Legos, you can really see maybe stuff is shit, but this I made.
No, I love it. I'm going to give you this stat. If you talk about sizes of communities, which you've talked about, small villages. I said this earlier on air, but you wouldn't have been listening. It was 2 hours ago. It's a long show. That the largest population in the world is Lego minifigures. So there's more Lego minifigures than any nationality, any group. 4 billion Lego minifigures. So you are actually ensconced in the biggest community in the world, which is Lego. It's not a lovely start, Alexandro.
Maybe I should include that in some of my videos, like this is the biggest audience.
Are you coming to Liverpool finally? Are you getting to the Eurovision in Liverpool?
I would love to, and I know that you're a big fan of the contest as well.
Someone, hopefully, next time we open up the text for the fan club, will suggest the Eurovision. We'll have you back on. But we will be doing stuff from Liverpool in this show, mainly because otherwise I'll resign. So we'll definitely have to meet up in person and get you back on and talk Eurovision.
Yeah,
thank you. Nathan, it's quite staggering because he's not doing it for he's not making huge amounts of money out of it or anything. That work he puts into that, but it's a devotion, isn't it? It's not a task; it's a devotion, isn't it?
But that's the great thing about it, right? That Lego allows him to express his passion. No matter what your passion is, you could use this toy to express it. Maybe you love skiing; you could build a ski mountain. Maybe you love swimming. You could build a swimmer out of Lego. I mean, there's really anything can be built out of it. And that's exactly why, Alexandro is doing such amazing work, because he has a passion for Eurovision, yet he puts Lego, he uses it as a medium to express that passion. It's just amazing.